guys, I'm just finishing up making some sourdough bread, and I thought I would bring you over here and let you see what we're making and how we're doing it. Come over here and look in the bowl, and I'll go over the recipe with you. Can you see down in there? See all those bubbles in there? Isn't that amazing? This is just sourdough. Oh, it smells delicious. When you're making it, it just smells so good when you make it. I'll have the recipe in the description box. And I do already have a sourdough video already up, but I was making it tonight so it can rise during the evening. And so I wanted you to just come along with me for a minute while I made it. I've got 4 cups of flour in here. I have half a cup of oil, a cup and a half of water, a cup of starter, a tablespoon of salt, and I'm putting in 6 cups of all-purpose flour. Yes, you can sift your flour. To me, it comes out just as good if you just fluff it up in here. This is the 5th cup, and I'll stir that in, and I'll get the 6th cup. When I do my 6th cup, I kind of set it off to the side, and I work it in. All right. Yes, I could be using a big ceramic bowl, but no, I'm not, because it's too hard to mix, and it's too hard on my wrist. So I don't use the big ceramic bowl. I just use a plastic one. What I'm doing now is just mixing it all together. And I'll be using my hands in just a few minutes, and I have washed my hands. I did not take my ring off a while ago, so I will be taking my ring off for that. All right, we're going to put about half of this cup. This is my last cup, 6 cups. I'll put about half of this cup in. I like to get it worked in before I get my hands in there, as much as I can, even though I do like to work it up. Once you get all your flour in, you need to knead it about 5 minutes. Some breads you have to knead quite a long time, but this one is just only 5 minutes. All right, I'm gonna put the rest of this in. This was number 6. I'm gonna take my ring off, and I'll be getting my hands in here. The dough right now is real shaggy, which means it's real sticky. And if it's real sticky, you'll have to add more flour to it. So I just keep working it up. Makes the best bread. I haven't had one person complain about it. We give a lot of the bread away because Alan and myself, we just don't need it. All right, now this is going to be cup number 7. So I'm just getting a little bit, a little more, adding a little more self-rising flour to it. Oh, it just smells so good. And a little more. It's very, very shaggy. Just keep working it up. Working it off the sides, working it in. I tell you, I love making bread. You can take it out and dump it on your surface when you get it ready. I don't do that. I leave it in the bowl. I just keep working it up in the bowl. I don't roll it out and knead it on the counter or on the mat. I just keep it in the bowl. And I just keep working it from here. And you're probably going to ask me, how do you know when you need to add more flour? If it's sticky, you need to add more flour. If it's sticking to the side of the bowl, you need to add more flour. I love doing it. I made this bread off. Not every day since the 70s, but I started making it in the 70s when my children were little, and they loved it. I just keep adding a little more, don't I? All right, we'll set that up there. Well, now I just punch it down and I just knead it. Just work it in. And keep all of the flour working in. Still sticking a little bit to my bowl. See where it's sticking to my bowl just a little? That's what you don't want. It's not ready if it's still sticking. That's called shaggy. And it's not ready. So I just put a little more flour down there. And I'll tell you, it's a good workout. And if you have a big, heavy bowl, it really is a workout. That's why I use this nice little thin plastic bowl. I know a lot of you don't want to use plastic, and I understand that, but I just can't do the heavy bowls anymore. I used to, but I just can't do it these days. I hope y'all been doing okay, and are y'all ready for spring? I'm so ready. And Easter's just around the corner. I can't believe it. Coming so soon. Daylight savings times is coming, and I'm ready for that. Okay, guys, I want to show you how it's not sticking to the bowl. I do have some flour on there, but you can see it's not sticking. So it's just about ready. It's just about, still a little shaggy. Maybe just another drop. Still a little shaggy. Once you start making sourdough bread, you really get the feel of it. You learn how to do it in no time. It's so easy. Like I said, I've made this since the 70s. Not every day, but my kids always loved it. But I make it every week now, and I have for, probably, I would say 5 or 6 years I have. Okay, now that we've got that all kneaded, we want to grease our bowl. You can take this out and put it on your counter and grease your bowl. But I've made it so long and I've made so much of it, I've taken a lot of shortcuts. So I leave my dough in here and I just oil the bowl while it's in here. I just oil it. I'm about out of oil. Always out of something, aren't we? I have to go to the store all the time for stuff. But I have enjoyed making the bread, and I love giving it to people. I think my dish towel just fell off, didn't it? And you can put a little oil on top of this if you want. On top of your dough. I think it helps it to rise. All right. Now what you want to do, you're going to cover this with saran wrap, aluminum foil, whatever you want to cover it with. I am going to cover it with the lid. I'm going to oil the lid because this rises up to the lid. So I just oil my, oil my lid. I'm going to oil. Now let me show you what we've got. Let me bring it over there. Just see what's in here. You see what's in here? Just a big gob of dough. right. I'm gonna put my lid on. It's got to rise for 8 hours, 7 to 8. You can go 7, but I always go 8. Sometimes I get busy and I go 10, and it's always been fine. So let it rise 7 to 8 hours. And then at that time, we'll come back and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. And I do have a video on the bread, on the sourdough bread. I do have a video on the starter and how to make the starter and how to use the starter and how to get your starter started. It's so much fun to make this bread and get your kids and your grandkids involved in this. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun too. And it's food. You're making something your family can enjoy. My family absolutely loves it. I'm telling you, I can't even explain to you how much they love this sourdough bread. All right, our next step will be to put it in its pans. I'm gonna make 3 loaves of this sourdough bread in 3 loaf pans. So our next thing is to put it in the pans. Now I want to show you my the roots. Now I'm going to see if I can get up here to this beautiful flower. Isn't this gorgeous? I've got that one opening, and this one is already opened. Isn't it pretty? And look at these paper whites. Just from the bulbs in the water. That's a piece of, this thing here you're seeing, this big thing is a piece of pottery that I stuck in there. Isn't that amazing? This one amaryllis bulb. I need to put these roots down in the water. Yeah, there we go. Get the tips down in the water. It's just gorgeous. It's in my kitchen window. I get up every morning and I'm like, these things are so pretty. Got one fixing to open right. Let's see. Well, right there. There's going to be one there. So I just wanted to share those with you. I just enjoy them so much in my kitchen window. Right here in the kitchen with me. Alright, time is up. It's been approximately, you know, I told you to let it rise 7 to 8 hours. I've kind of let mine rise about 9 hours. So now we're going to punch it down. And I've washed my hands. I don't have any rings on. So we're going to punch it down. And you just punch it, and take it. And you knead it for 5 minutes. Now, I'm not going to make you watch me knead it for 5 minutes because that's just ridiculous. But a lot of people roll it out on their board or their mat, and they knead it that way. I leave it in my bowl, and I turn it and lay it on itself, and I punch it down, and I just keep punching it and punching it and punching it for 5 minutes. You can set a timer. Or you can kind of know what 5 minutes is. If you go over, it's okay. You can stretch the dough. It's very stretchable. You can make rolls out of it. I like to make bread out of it. And I have 3 loaf pans already greased, ready for our loaves. I do not weigh it. I don't use a scale. When I started making it, I never had a scale. I don't have one now. I don't weigh each piece to see how much it's going to be. A lot of people roll this out and cut it with a one of these. You can buy one of these and use it to cut your bread. When I get mine done, when I get through kneading it, I just pull it apart. If it's too wet, get you a little flour. If you can't handle it, get you a little flour and put it on your hand. You see what I'm doing? I'm just punching it, just beating it up. You can get all your frustrations out this way. Just beating this dough. All right, well, I've done my 5 minutes. Some of it off camera. Now what I do, I just eyeball it. And I pull it up. And I just pinch me off some. And I think, yeah, you're just about right. You're getting a little sticky. So what I'll do, I'll reach in here and I'll flour my hands. If it's getting a little hard to work with, because it's damp, the humidity, we've got rain, it affects the bread. So just get what you think is going to be a loaf. Just start working it. If you can't handle it, sprinkle some flour on it. Put it back in. Make sure you've got what you want. Kind of just turn it over on itself. It's still a little shaggy this morning because of our damp humidity, so we'll put a lot more on there till I get it like I want it. I get it feeling like I want it. All right. Roll it back over on itself. Tuck the ends under, like I'm doing. You can make a little ball and then drop it in your pan. Just like that. I'll pinch up. Divide this in half. Get a little flour if you need it. Do the same thing we did. Work it up into a ball. Now, when we get these all worked into a ball and in our pan, we're going to let this rise. I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, what? But we are. We're going to let this rise 5 hours. So, usually, most of the time, I don't even wait 5 hours. I just go about maybe, sometimes 4 hours. So what I've got now is I've got 3 of these in the pan. They're sliding because the pan is greasy. And with one of them I'm going to do, with one of these, is I'll be putting some, and you can put this in the, you can actually put this in your, work it into your bread if you want to. Well, I can't find it, so I don't, here it is. Is everything, this is what I put in there. Everything bagel seasoning. That's what I like to put on it. That's what my youngest daughter and her kids, that's what they love on the bread. So I just, well, got it in the pan. I just take it. I sprinkle it on. Just sprinkle it. And then I just kind of mash it down into the bread. You just can't hurt this stuff. Oh, man, that smells so good. And then when you bake it with the everything bagel seasoning on it, it just makes a beautiful loaf of bread. So when we get these baked, in 5 hours, I'll bring you back. We'll put these in the oven and we'll bake them. And what I always do with these loaves is I cover them with a clean, dry towel. And I let them sit for 5 hours. Just like that. Just a clean, dry towel. Okay, guys, it's been 5 hours. So now I'm going to show you the bread. Woo, for the last 5 hours. This is what it looks like now. It's ready to put in the oven. I'll bring you up here and show it to you. This is the one that has the everything bagel Hasn't it risen so well? And the smell. I just can't even explain the smell. But here they are. The 3 loaves. So we're just going to put them in the oven. 350 degrees. Put these in. I've got my oven going up to 350. And we'll cook these, bake these, for 30 minutes. I usually set a timer for about 25 and check them just to see how they're doing. Some people cut them to let the steam escape. I usually don't. Do that. Just never have done it. But you can see, you remember how small they were, and look at them now. They just, oh, and man, the smell. So what I'm doing is waiting for the oven to heat up. Now, during the 5 hours that the bread was rising, I took a little trip to my hairdresser to get my hair done for the summer, and I enjoyed doing that. And my hairdresser is my oldest daughter, Holly. So I went and got to spend time with her today and enjoyed that so much. It was rainy today, and so sometimes when it rains, your dough is going to do a little bit different. If you have any questions about the dough, leave it in the comment. We're going to bake it off. It's so good as toast. If you don't want to eat it, get you some pretty wrappers, some ribbon, tie it up, give it to people as a gift. There's nothing more thoughtful, I don't think, than something that you cooked yourself and gave it to somebody. It's something that can't be bought. I mean, it's super nice to give people things like bread, especially homemade sourdough bread. So I'll bring you back after they're baked and we'll finish this video. And if you've liked this video, I just brought you along. I already have a sourdough video. My oven's ready. I just wanted to bring you along because I know maybe you haven't come across that video. I have 130 videos, so you know, you just may not have found that one yet. Going in, and I will be setting my timer for 25 minutes, 350 degrees. Try to get them in the center of your oven, 350. I'll be back in 30 minutes. I had to show you this again. I have 1, 2, 3, and a 4th one about to open. Aren't they just incredible? And these are too, the paper whites. They're absolutely beautiful. There's another one coming out. I mean, they are just beautiful. These bulbs are just, wow. Here's another one about to open, the paper whites. Just had to show you. I love them in my sink, my kitchen window. Aren't they beautiful? Wow. Okay guys, the bread is out, 30 minutes, and it is done. I went about 33 minutes tonight. So I want to show you what it looks like. Here it is. Here's the bread. I just wish you could smell it. Now, I usually always let my bread cool at least an hour before I cut it. If I'm going to wrap it up and send it to somebody, I'm going to let it cool for 3 hours, just so that there's no steam inside the bag to cause any condensation on the bread itself. So I will leave it here, and I'll let it cool, and when I get it cooled off and I take a bite, I'll bring you back. I know what it's going to taste like. It's always the same delicious taste, and it is a wonderful bread, and please make it for your family. The recipe will be in one of my other sourdough old videos, but also this recipe will be in the description box on this. I just wanted to bring you along because I make it every week. So this is just the day that I'm making it this week. So I love you guys so much, and thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by. Hope y'all are having a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.